Alrighty, we'll try this again. Hopefully we won't have the Wi-Fi issues that we were having earlier. So hopefully this works. Is it not showing up? Uh, hmm. Can you guys see this? I'm not sure. It's not showing up on my computer. So I'm just kind of like wondering. Okay, I think we're good now. Actually, I'll just... Okay, you can. Good. Alrighty, so I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in, but basically, I have like the news like lined up on here. There's quite a bit that's been going on lately with like all the parks like deciding when they're gonna reopen and other things of that sort, and a few other like interesting stories with Waldemir and a few other places. Hello, Coaster Team 2020. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get on here. I have 20 questions today for trivia, so that'll be double what I had last week, so that should be really fun. I'm gonna split it up by fours. I'm gonna try to do a better job than last time, and I'm gonna wait for more people to come, obviously, for to do the trivia. And then also today, I just wanted to experiment, use a different time. So instead of like, I guess I've been mostly doing 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. for you Eastern guys. I did 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern, so we'll see if we get more viewers or less. I just kind of wanted to experiment with the time because I think I'd been mostly doing 6 p.m. up to this point. So looks like we have a few more people coming in. That's good to see. And I guess I'll start off with the news. So Six Flags, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard about this, but Six Flags, they're going to have guests you have to reserve online before you can even get into the park. And this is for it both if you are just going as a season pass holder or if you're just going like a single ticket. But basically, you have to reserve online to go to the park. So that's something pretty interesting. What will happen when Six Flags parks will open in May? I'm not so sure that they're opening in May, but I do know that you will have to do reservations when you go to the park. Well, I mean, online before you even go to the park. If you don't, they're probably going to turn you away at the gate. They're probably trying to minimize that with this online reservation thing. And then the other thing is there's been a lot of talk about, well, they are all the parks when they reopen, they're going to limit capacity. We already know that. And then, of course, on rides, I've heard different things. I've heard that they might do every other row, and I've also heard that they could do staggered seating for rides. Like one person goes, like say in the front row on the left seat, and then the other person in the second row goes on like the right seat. That seems kind of strange. I think it would be better if they just did every other row. Probably would be a little bit less complicated, and you could keep like two people or groups together, which I think would be most effective in this case. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, so Six Flags, they are doing they're going to have online reservations. Another thing that came up, Orlando, as you know, Florida, they're moving quite quickly with reopening things. In Orlando, they are opening a few attractions, not theme parks per se, but a few attractions in their area, like Old Town, which is right by one of the Fun Spot parks. I think it's like sort of a amusement park slash entertainment center sort of place, if I'm correct. They're also opening a Dave and Buster's over there, and then of course a golf, like a mini golf course, something like that. So they're moving forward quite a bit, and a lot of things that are reopening. So I think that Busch Gardens, Tampa, Disney World, Universal, and the other Florida parks, you can expect them to probably reopen in June, just because with all this stuff happening. Maybe even May for some of them, but I'd definitely say June. Of course, if there's a spike, maybe that won't happen, but right now that's kind of like what it's looking like could happen. Some other things that are going on, actually something that happened a few days ago. This is not a good story, but skateboarders, they went to Waldemir. Basically, they have a water park section. I think maybe it's just a water park that you go into, maybe something like that. But some skateboarders, I guess, snuck into the park and decided to skateboard on the water slides, and they caused over $6,000 worth of damages, which that's not really good at all. the park wasn't too happy about it, but it sounds like that they'll be able to fix them up at some point, which is good, but definitely not good to see like people doing that sort of damage to a water park, like especially during this time when parks should be open, but they're not right now. Hello there, dumpster coasters. Basically, I'm like just kind of going over the news, waiting for more people to come in, and then when more people come in, we can do trivia. Also, you guys can talk and have and ask questions as this goes along, but I'm just kind of going over the news a little bit. But if you guys have questions about anything, you can always ask, like all of my live streams I've had thus far. Yeah, I'm pretty much just going over like the different things that are going on and have been going on over the past week. And then so Holiday World, I believe they are the first park in the US to actually announce an official opening date. I believe it was June 14th. So they are saying that they will open June 14th, which we'll see if that actually happens. I'm gonna guess it probably will because a lot of states are going toward reopening, at least a decent amount of them. So that'll be interesting to see like what they do. And then speaking of park reopenings, Shanghai Disneyland is reopening on the 11th of May. So that'll be interesting. Definitely, I'm going to be looking at that park. You can probably look at what they're doing and maybe it could get applied to the other Disney parks here in the US and of course the other Disney parks around the world. There will probably be some similarities with how they handle reopening. So that should be pretty interesting to see, like just kind of how they reopen. How they're going to limit capacity, what virtual queuing could be like, because apparently Disney, Universal, Cedar Fair, and potentially even Six Flags, which is crazy because Flash Pass is already sort of a virtual queuing system of sorts, and you have to pay for that. They're all looking into virtual queuing, which I did mention like in a video going over like what could happen with the coronavirus. That virtual queuing, it could be like kind of the future of the parks. And so it looks like some parks are definitely going to be trying to do this during the coronavirus situation. And this may be something that's permanent. We may see virtual queuing at parks even after this whole situation is over, which I have a bit of mixed feelings about that. If parks handle it well, it could be a good thing. If they don't, then it could be pretty bad. But definitely something pretty interesting and something to pay attention to. Didn't the parks in China already open back up in like March or April? I think some of them did, as far as I'm aware. The Disney parks have not. I think I had like something in my mouth that messed with my voice a little bit. The parks in China. The Disney parks have not reopened yet, as far as I'm aware. At least Shanghai Disney hasn't, and I'm pretty sure Hong Kong Disney has not as well. But yeah, some parks have reopened. They've been doing different things. Like I saw Universal Singapore, that's obviously in Singapore, not China, but they had the every other row sort of situation. And then in China, a lot of parks have been doing the weird staggered seating that I hope the US does not do. It's basically one person on this side and then the other row behind them it's a person like complete other side. It's just stupid in my opinion. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I just think every other row would make more sense if they have to limit capacity, especially because I don't know exactly what the situation, you like with groups, you can't even have people in groups if you did it that way. So like if two people were together, well, they would have to ride in different rows, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I hope they that U.S. parks go more of the Universal Singapore route and do every other row rather than just like the weird staggered seating China was doing, because that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Other news, like I guess I just kind of went over like some of the guidelines, but basically lower capacity, and this is like for basically all the chains. What we can expect: lower capacity, social distancing in line. A lot of these parks are going to promote mobile ordering for food, virtual queuing, which could be a huge game changer, and either staggered seating or, of course, the every other row will probably be enforced. Another question: I thought I saw the Disney parks in China started to reopen sometime in March or April. I don't remember that they did, but they must have closed even if they did, because I just read something that Shanghai Disney is reopening on May 11th. Hong Kong Disneyland is also planning to reopen. I know many Chinese parks already reopened, but the Disney parks, they kind of, I guess, did their own thing. Maybe they did reopen, but I don't think so. But if someone else could like correct me on that, then yeah, tell me. But as far as I'm aware, no, they have not reopened since. I really hope this doesn't affect the industry forever. I think there will be a few things that are permanent effect, like permanent, but it's not going to be anything that's too terrible. Um, like some parks are going to go to temperature screenings. I definitely think that could be something kind of like how I think security got beefed up after the after 9/11 at amusement and theme parks. That you'll probably see temperature screenings more. And then the other thing you could see is potentially virtual queuing. Like I said, if that goes well, even in this situation, it could completely change how we wait in lines. And I don't necessarily know how I feel about that. There's some good and bad things that could happen with virtual queuing, but definitely something very interesting because I know a lot of parks are going to be going to virtual queuing once they reopen. So there'll probably be a few things, and probably also hand sanitizer stations. There'll probably be more of them. There kind of was a lack of them before this whole situation. They'll probably like keep more around. That means more people in pathways. Um, I'm confused. Oh, like if they did virtual queuing. Yeah, there was like some things I'm kind of like, it doesn't exactly make the most sense. Like it just seems like you have more people on pathways. Um, I don't know. I just, it's kind of like, kind of a weird situation. You have to go eat dinner. Well, all right. We'll see you when you come back. This will go for a pretty good while, so pretty sure you'll be able to come back. I guess, let's see, we have, well, I probably know 5 people because someone just left. I guess I can start with trivia. If you guys are down for that. Do you guys want to do the first 4 questions of trivia? I'm going to be splitting them up into fours, so basically 5 sets of 4. All right, you're ready? All right, then I'm going to start it now. The first question for trivia is, what is the tallest roller coaster in Africa? I'll ask that again. What is the name of the tallest roller coaster in Africa? I'm pretty sure this might be a little confusing for you guys. I expect one answer that's going to be wrong here. But if you didn't hear that, I'll say that again. What is the tallest roller coaster in Africa? Still haven't gotten an answer yet. You can only say one. You can choose one of those if you want to, but you can only say one because I'm not doing 2. You can only give one answer because otherwise that's kind of cheating. So Coaster Lover 2001, pick one of those. Golden Loop? Yep, you're right, Golden Loop. So yes, Golden Loop, the Schwarzkopf Shuttle Loop at Gold Reef City, is indeed the tallest roller coaster in Africa. And fun fact, it actually used to operate at Carowinds for like 11 years, something like that, and it was called White Lightning, and then it got relocated over to Gold Reef City, which is pretty cool. All right, so I guess with that out of the way, we'll go to the next question. True or false, the United States of America has over 800 roller coasters currently operating. And yeah, I know there's a coronavirus situation, but if like that wasn't happening, basically currently operating. Coaster Mania says true. I'm going to wait for other answers to go over this one. Alrighty. Maybe I should wait for more people. I think that might be something I should do. Or maybe this wasn't... Oh, mind repeating the question, of course. True or false? The United States of America has over 800 roller coasters currently operating. I'll repeat that again. True or false? The United States of America has over 800 roller coasters currently operating. Another true. Another true. I'll repeat that again. True or false? The United States of America has over 800 roller coasters currently operating. I'll say that again. Actually, I already said enough times, but I guess I'll keep saying it. But anyways, yeah. True or false? The United States of America has over 800 roller coasters currently operating. False. That is correct. Coaster Guy 101. No, they actually don't. And that's even if you include powered coasters and stuff. They actually have a little bit over 700, but they do not have over 800. So Coaster Guy 101, you would be correct. Yeah, no, they do not have 1,000 roller coasters operating. It's a little bit less than I would have expected, but it is still a lot of coasters. So, all right, so the next question is, which park in China has the most roller coasters of any park in the country? I'll repeat that again. Which park in China has the most roller coasters of any park in the entire country? So yeah, pretty much which park in China has the most roller coasters of any park in China? Happy Valley. You have to be a little more specific than that because there's a lot of them. So if that's the answer you think it is, you can't not that because there's like a bunch of Happy Valley parks. I imagine this could be. Nope, nope, neither of those. Just getting up. No, it's not Happy Valley Wuhan. It's not Happy Valley Beijing. It's neither of those. I think you guys will actually be surprised with the answer. It definitely surprised me when I found out. Happy Valley Guangdong. All right, I'm just going to say it right now. It's not a Happy Valley park. So it's not Happy Valley Shanghai. It's not China Dinosaurs. I don't even think they have more than 5. It's not Chimelong. That is a good guess. It's not Chimelong. Ocean Kingdom. No. Fanta Wild. No, it's not Fanta Wild. You guys are going to probably be really surprised with the one it is. Because when I found out which one it was, I'm like, I don't even know if I've even heard of this park. Like, I think I had, but I don't know. It was pretty surprising to me. I think I may have made these questions too hard. Actually, they get quite a bit easier. I think this one's like probably the hardest one or the second hardest one I made. So no one's gotten the answer yet. But a lot of good guesses here. Like I could understand why you guys would think it's one of the Happy Valley parks and Chimelong Ocean Kingdom. I can definitely see that. Is it a Wanda park? It is not a Wanda park, no. If we don't get an answer in like, I guess the next, I'll give it, I guess 30 seconds. I'll like just tell you guys what the answer is. Ocean Park. No, another good guess, but it's not. Ocean Park. Could understand, I guess, why you would think that. It's definitely like one of the more well-known parks, but it's not Ocean Park. Lua Adventure. No, it's not Lua Adventure. Actually, I think I don't know if the park's been standing but not operating for a while, but I know that Flash has been like standing but not operating before the whole situation, so that's interesting. Not that park you just mentioned, Coaster Roaster. Don't even know what that one is, actually, to be completely honest. Haven't heard of that one. But probably a cool place. I just haven't heard of it. All right, so I'll just tell you guys right now which one it is. It's actually Sun Park in Beijing. They have 11 roller coasters. Well, technically 10 if you exclude the powered coaster, but still that 10 would be the most in all of China. And for having like over 10 coasters or 10 coasters or over, it probably has the worst coaster collection of any park with like basically, yeah, you had the city, right? It has like the worst coaster collection of probably any like park with a double-digit coaster lineup. And what I mean by that, like they have 4 spinning coasters. I don't understand why. Literally all their coasters are like family coasters or kiddie coasters, except for one which is like this Meisho Looper. So Definitely a very different park. So for the last question I have, or for right now, because we'll do a few later, but the next question is, what was the name of the first wooden roller coaster ever manufactured by Intamin? I'll say that again. What was the name of the first wooden roller coaster ever manufactured by Intamin? Do you know if all the... Yes, American Eagle, that's correct. Coaster Lover 2001 and the Coaster Roaster both got it. So, yes, it is American Eagle. And it was made like in, I believe, 1981. And it actually predates any other wooden coaster made by Intamin by, I think, about 10 years, which is pretty crazy. So they didn't build another wooden coaster for quite a while after American Eagle. So that's pretty interesting. But yep, American Eagle. Do I know if all of the Happy Valley parks are owned by the same company? Believe they are, yes. I'm pretty sure they are. American Eagle is amazing. Great airtime. Yeah, I haven't ridden it, but it looks pretty fun. So I would imagine the airtime's pretty good on it. I actually think the Looper at Sun Park is made by a Chinese manufacturer. It's a Chinese knockoff. Oh, maybe it isn't Meisho, actually. You know what? You might be right about that. I need to look at... Here it is. It's literally called Roller Coaster. Yeah, you're right. It's not even made by Meisho. It's made by... I don't even know how to say that. It's like a really long name. But yeah, I think it might be a knockoff manufacturer. So yeah, you're right about that. Hi there. Hi there, okay. So that is the trivia I'll do for now. But like I said, have I seen the Candemonium testing for the first time? Actually, I hadn't gotten to that, but I was talking about other news things earlier. That was one of the things I had down here. Candemonium testing, if you haven't seen it, it looks really fast. It's looking really good. It looks like one of the best B&M hypers in America. Of course, I've never even ridden a B&M hyper, but the pacing it has, at least with the testing, is like excellent. So that's like, it looks really good right now. So that's definitely something to look forward to, for sure. I don't know if it'll be better than Stormrunner. Some people are already saying it's like going to be the #2 coaster. For me, I really like Stormrunner, so I don't know about that, but it definitely looks like a really, really good ride. So let's see. B&M will probably insist on adding trims. We can hope not. Wait, are there that many? Are there even any trims on it? I don't remember from the animation. Orion looks to be a similar story in regards to testing. Yeah, Orion was running pretty well. Great Bear is number 2 in the park, and Stormrunner isn't even close in my opinion. Actually, then you probably wouldn't like where I have Great Bear in my Hershey Park rankings. I actually am gonna release a video on that, so I don't want to go too far into it. But well, like you probably already knew what my number 1 and 2 was. So, but Candemonium looks really good. So, definitely will be one of the top 3 coasters I think at the park. Great Bear is your number 4 overall coaster. It's a pretty good ride. It's just I prefer a few other B&M inverts, but it's a pretty good ride, I will admit. Candemonium or Mako. Never ridden either, but I think Mako looks better. I think Mako is really the one B&M hyper. I don't think this will be better than. Let's see what else we got here. Pantheon looks epic. The overbank turn is amazing. Yeah, the overbank turn, that looks like absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's going to be one of probably the best airtime moments on Earth. It looks really good. Did I not say Pantheon? Yeah, Pantheon, it looks really good. Is it testing? Which one? Pantheon? I don't know if Pantheon's testing. Oh, okay, now I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Pantheon's testing as far as I know. I haven't seen any footage of it. Maybe they are and we haven't seen footage of it because I've heard that Candemonium might have actually been testing before we saw the footage, but yeah. During the NFL draft, what team did Perkins get drafted into? Bryce Perkins. I looked him up, like what happened. He actually did not get drafted, but I believe a team did pick him up. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who picked him up. Someone signed him. I'll look it up real quick for you. But he went undrafted and was signed actually by the Los Angeles Rams. So maybe he'll have a future there. It'll be interesting to kind of see where some of these rookies end up because there was like a few good players that went undrafted. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a live stream of the NFL draft a few weeks back. So that's kind of what he was talking about there. Pantheon's Overbank turn is better than Steel Vengeance. You know, I was actually, not going to lie, a little let down by Steel Vengeance's Overbank turn, or Outer Bank Airtime Hill is what I call it. But it isn't as good as people make it out to be, in my opinion. So I could definitely see that. Of course, no one's ridden Pantheon, so we don't know yet. But yeah. What's my bucket list park you want to visit since you've now have been to Cedar Point? My top bucket list park. I'm probably gonna say, and this is one that's probably gonna be unpopular, but actually wouldn't say it's unpopular, but I think I'd say my bucket list park is Europa Park. That park, it just looks absolutely amazing to me, and I love good theming. And their coaster collection, I mean, they don't have an elite coaster yet, but they have some pretty good rides there with Woden, Blue Fire, Silver Star, and there's other rides that look fun like Euromir and stuff like that. So definitely Europa Park would be my most anticipated park now that I've been to Cedar Point. And then will a soundtrack go good with Pantheon? And do you think I'm a Score will do the soundtrack? I think Pantheon, it would definitely benefit from a soundtrack. I don't think that I'm a Score is going to do it. I may be totally butchering that because I have hardly ever said that, the company that makes the soundtracks. But definitely would be cool if they did. Will a soundtrack go good with Verbolten's theming? I've never ridden Verbolten, so I wouldn't know. But it probably would. I would feel like. What's your top bucket list international park? Well, I answered that. You probably sent that before I answered it, but Europa Park. And coaster, Ejanica for sure. Ejanica is my most anticipated international coaster, without a doubt. Will King's Dominion get a launch B&M wing coaster or a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster for 2022? I'm going to guess that they're getting a wing coaster. I don't know that it's going to be launched, but that was in the leaks. I don't know if those plans are like dead or something, but that's just going to be my guess. But I would like to see an Infinity coaster, or at worst, like a B&M wing launch coaster. That'd be pretty awesome. Did Bryce Hall get drafted? I don't know. Hold on. Let's see. He is on the Jets. Also a undrafted player, but he got signed, so he's on the Jets now. Let's see what else. Apollo's Chariot has a soundtrack, and my most anticipated coaster for 2020. Well, I guess like new for 2020 because I don't know how many new coasters I'm going to ride this year, but I would say Iron Gwazi for sure. Gerstlauer Infinity coaster at King's Dominion would give it a great top 3. I agree with that. All right, so I think I'm going to go and start the next 4 questions for the trivia. If you just came here and missed it, I already did the first 4 questions of my trivia. I have 20 of them, and I think I'm going to do the next 4. I'm splitting them up into 4s, so that's kind of how I'm doing it. Let's see, and then I guess I'll answer this first. Do you think that Pantheon or Iron Gwazi will bring in more crowds? Hard to say. I'm not entirely sure. I would guess Iron Gwazi, though, because it has like a bunch of world records, and it's also the tallest, fastest coaster in Florida, if I'm correct. Do you think that surf coaster is coming to SeaWorld or Orlando? Probably, but I don't know. I'm going to go to trivia, so if you guys have questions, just like hold on to them. But yeah, I'm going to be starting our next 4 questions for trivia. So our next question is, what was the name of the last roller coaster ever built by PTC or Philadelphia Toboggan Company? I'll say that again. What was the name of the last coaster ever built by PTC or Philadelphia Toboggan Company? I don't know if this is a hard question for you guys or not. Comet? No, it's not Comet. And by last, I mean the most recent coaster that they have built. So I'll repeat that again. What was the name of the last coaster ever built by PTC or Philadelphia Toboggan Company? It was not Rebel Yell, but I believe that was one of the last ones. So you're kind of, I think you are on the right track. Right track. Any other guesses? Thunder Road. You're close. You're really close, actually. That is the second most recent one. This one that is the most recent one literally opened days after Thunder Road, so you're really close. No, not Racer. It is not Racer. You guys are probably going to be surprised by this one. No, it's not. It's not any coaster called Racer, so it's not. It's not Grizzly. You don't have to like just. I guess Screaming Eagle. Yep, that's correct. Screaming Eagle at Six Flags St. Louis is the oldest. I mean, not the old. Sorry, the most recent PTC coaster to be built, and it's just that's like pretty cool, I guess. Definitely a ride I look forward to riding for sure. And yeah, like I said, Thunder Road literally opened just a few days before Screaming Eagle, so it could have been Thunder Road, which would have been really unfortunate because now it's closed, obviously. That would have been pretty sad. And now for the next question I have, my next question is, what is the oldest operating roller coaster in Florida? I'll say that again. What is the oldest operating roller coaster in Florida? If you don't know this one, this might surprise you actually, because it's probably not one you would expect, but I'll say that again. What is the oldest operating roller coaster in Florida? Scorpion. No, not quite. I could understand why you would think that, but it is not Scorpion. Although, did it get relocated from somewhere? No, it did not. So it already automatically is not. Space Mountain, that is correct. Coasters and Things got it again. It's definitely not Hulk. That opened like in the 2000s, something like that. You live in Florida and don't know. Yeah, Space Mountain is actually the oldest operating roller coaster in Florida, and they opened in, I believe, 1975. Space Mountain opened in 1975. Yep, you're right, 1975. Yep. So I'll go to the next question, and that is, how many roller coasters have ever operated at Six Flags Magic Mountain? I'll say that again. How many roller coasters have ever operated at Six Flags Magic Mountain? And not that are currently operating. How many roller coasters have ever operated at Six Flags Magic Mountain? There's a bit of an issue. Okay, there we go. Like I said, if it's like lagging, then tell me, because I really don't want that to be an issue. It hasn't been an issue that much in my other streams. There was only like one. I said that the answer was 27 roller coasters. Coasters and Thing. No, sorry, my bad. Coaster Mania got it. 27 coasters have operated in Six Flags Magic Mountain over its lifetime. So yeah, that's kind of something. If you didn't know that, that's the answer. 27 roller coasters have operated at Six Flags Magic Mountain. All right, so for the next question, the last question I'll do for now. A lot of people went off. That might have had to do with the lag. A lot of people got it, so after like someone said it, so that's funny. How many wooden roller coasters have ever operated at Cedar Point? And you'll probably all be surprised by this answer. It's definitely more than you would expect. How many wooden roller coasters have ever operated at Cedar Point? Wooden, not all roller coasters combined, just wooden. 10, that is correct. No, it does not include hybrids, just wooden coasters. And Check-in got it right. So 10 of them have operated in the park's history, which is just kind of insane to think about. And I'll name all of them. All the ones that have ever operated at Cedar Point are Switchback Railway, Loop the Loop, which did not have a loop if you were wondering. Dip the Dips, Scenic Railway. Oh wait, is that all one name? I think it might be. Racer, Leap the Dips, High Frolics, Cyclone, Scamper, Mean Streak, and of course the only one left around, Blue Streak. You just guessed. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Cedar Point has literally had more wooden coasters closed than steel coasters, which is absolutely insane. Uh, and, like, it's just crazy to think that at one point, like, well, they've had 10 coasters ever built, and now only one of them remains. And some people are even saying that Blue Streak stays are limited. I doubt it. I think it still has a long ways to go. There's a lot of other coasters that I could see going next before Blue Streak, like Iron Dragon, Cedar Creek Mine Ride, Gemini, Wicked Twister. I think all of those are gonna go like way before Blue Streak ever bites the dust, and potentially even Rougarou. I don't know. I feel like Blue Streak, it's gonna be there for a while, so. I'm thinking Cedar Point's next coaster could be a wooden coaster. I don't know about that. Seems just, I don't see that happening because would it make sense from a coaster lineup standpoint? Sure. How marketable is it? It's not really that marketable. I don't see how the general public, they're going to get that excited for a like GCI wooden coaster. I just can't see it because they already have Blue Streak. They already have, they already have Gemini, which some people already see as a wooden coaster, and then they have Steel Vengeance, which also some people sort of view as a, I guess, wooden coaster of sorts, like the general public. So I don't think a wooden coaster really makes much sense here. I'm saying a dueling inverting GCI in the place of Gemini. I could maybe see that if like it's a dueling coaster. The only thing I have against that is just like I feel like it would look kind of similar to Steel Vengeance, so I don't know about that. But if it is in Gemini's place, that was a hybrid coaster, perhaps bring in another one. I mean, that could make a little bit more sense. I think it like makes a lot more sense like just straight up a GCI wooden coaster. So that'd be a pretty cool thing for the park. RMC Gemini, that can't really be done. Well, yeah, no, it can't be. They can't RMC Gemini. That doesn't work. It's a steel track. I don't think you can do that. If Cedar Point gets a GCI wooden coaster, it would make it 11. Yes, it would, but they haven't gotten it yet, so not yet. Will Great America be getting a hyper coaster in 2021? I hope so, because I've been waiting for like their hyper coaster forever because we don't really have an airtime based hyper coaster in our state, so that'd be something I'd want. I would hope that they would go for a mock hyper, but honestly, it's probably going to be a B&M. I don't know if it'll go there in 2021. I think those plans could have even been scrapped, which would suck, but it's definitely a possibility. Aren't they landlocked? Yes, but they have it. I bet it'll be moved to 2022. Well, it was supposed to be 2020, then it got moved back, and it's supposed to be 2021. Now yeah, you're probably right. It'll probably be 2022. But I mean, it's just kind of like, I don't know. What is it? I feel like it would be really awesome. Yeah, they're landlocked, but they were supposed to get one. I don't know how they were going to fit it in, but they were supposed to get one. Where do I think the first Axis coaster will go? Well, if the whole situation, it's really hard to say. If this whole thing didn't happen, I would have definitely said Six Flags Fiesta Texas. I honestly do not think we will see an Axis coaster next year, just because I think like parks are going to be cutting off like some of their, or at least delaying some of their additions. So probably I will say Six Flags Fiesta Texas in 2022. What is the best coaster in California? My favorite's X2. So, and it was my number one for a long time before Steel Vengeance. I can't wait for all of the end of the year, like year in review videos to come out for 2020 at the end of this year. Yeah, no, there won't be too much, I think, for like new parks and new coasters for me. RMC Boss would be so cool. I'd like to ride Boss like as is, like before that happens if they were to do it. I don't think it will happen though. But definitely it would be interesting, I'll say that much. You think Fiesta Texas is getting the first Axis in 2022, replacing Pandemonium? Could see that. That seems pretty plausible. Virginia has a Hyper Dive Invert Giga RMC Hybrid. Yeah, Virginia has like just they have like almost any coaster you could think of, they have it. So that's pretty awesome. Although they could use a 4D. So, oh wait, but they are getting one with the free spin. So I guess they're even getting that. But I meant more kind of like an X2 sort of thing. Uh, oh, hi there, 808 Coaster Life. Good to see you. You want RMC Boss so bad. I don't know. Like I've heard mixed things about Boss. Like I said, I would love to ride it before they would convert it if they were to do that. Um, RMC Grizzly at King's Dominion. I don't know. I've heard mixed things there too, but the one at Great America sucks. So yeah, we need the Great America one to get RMC'd. That one for sure needs it. Like it needs it really badly. That ride, it's just super boring at best. So like it would be a huge upgrade as an RMC. Even if it were like one of the weaker ones, it would still be like amazing for that park especially. I mean, imagine that top three: RMC, Grizzly, Railblazer, and Gold Striker. That'd be insane, especially for like a quote-unquote smaller park. That'd be like incredible. I just realized after you said that it's probably going to be a B&M Hyper that there's not a single B&M Hyper west of the Mississippi River. Yeah, that's exactly why I haven't ridden one yet, because I've only been to, outside of California, I've only been to Adventure Dome, Six Flags Mexico, Cedar Point, and Hershey Park, which, yeah, Hershey Park is getting that Hyper, but at the time they didn't have it, obviously, so. Do you think B&M is going to start to innovate? I don't know. Well, they're doing the surf coaster, right? And they're bringing some arms to the elements almost to their coasters. So yeah, sure, I'd say so. Grizzly might not even be good as an RMC, but it'd still be like it wouldn't be probably the best RMC ever. But honestly, a weaker RMC definitely beats what they have right now. So I think it definitely needs it. Six Flags St. Louis is my home park, and I can tell you, Boss is an okay ride. I've heard some people say it's really good, so that's kind of why I want to ride it. Especially if I got a trimless ride, I've heard it's like really good then. But I heard really hard. I wanted to ride Pantheon this. It won't be on till August or something because like the states are kind of like some states are like starting to reopen things. I don't know what Virginia's situation is, but yeah. Let's see. It's weird when Cedar Fair bought the Paramount Parks, they only changed the name of Flight of Fear, but everything else, like theming, lighting, and music is still there. Well, if it's fine, then they'll probably just use it. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to catch up on everything. Next coaster after Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. They'll probably get a Giga eventually, as crazy as that sounds. I think that'll happen. It might not be for a good while, though, but I could definitely see that happening. I don't know if it'll be the next coaster, but that's definitely something I could see going to the park. Let's see. I'm building a Connect Stealth with the classic track. And that's pretty good. That's cool. Would you rather see a B&M Giga come to Busch Gardens Williamsburg than a shuttle launch Giga? Yeah, I mean, I think everyone would rather see that, but I guess it'll be a unique ride. I just think it kind of looks not the best. What are my thoughts on Abyssus at Energylandia? I think it looks like a really, really awesome ride. It's going to probably rival the Intamin Blitz coasters, like some of their better ones. Definitely looks really awesome. Like they have the like butterfly version or the yeah, I think that's what it's called, like the one that's kind of like on Viper. That looks really cool. It just looks like a really intense ride. The top hat's going to be insane. Like there's just a lot of great things about it, and it's like over 4,000 feet long, something like that. So it's going to be really awesome. Definitely looking forward to riding it eventually. I hope we get to see more of those. Like I guess it is just a longer version of one of their other models, but hopefully we get to see a few more of those. That'd be pretty awesome. Next coaster after the Giga Coaster, I have no clue. I honestly don't know. Let's see. Virginia is planning a reopening phase plan for reopening the state. Interesting. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is my home park. It seems to reopen back up. It hasn't reopened yet, but they're probably like, they might be preparing for it. Yeah, Batwing. Yeah, I mean, it is, I guess you could also call it a Batwing, but yeah. it is cool to see that come back for sure. Busch Gardens Williamsburg needs a good launch coaster at Newcastle Building, but continue the Curse of Dark Castle storyline. Well, Busch Gardens Williamsburg's already getting so many launch coasters. I don't think they'll be getting another one after their like weird Giga shuttle thing. Best Schwarzkopf. Best one I've ridden. I haven't ridden that many good ones. I guess I'll say Revolution. Oh wait, no, sorry, no. Montezuma's Revenge. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, that for sure is the best one I've ridden. As for the best one ever built, probably the best one left is Mindbender at Galaxyland. I would have said Chimera, but obviously that thing's never opening again, so that's no longer, I guess, the best one because no one's able to ride it now. There have been rumors that Scorpion at Busch Gardens Tampa will be leaving the park. Yeah, I've heard those for quite a while. I mean, it would be kind of sad, but I could definitely see it happening. It doesn't exactly fit. I could also see the Wild Mouse leaving as well. Six Flags parks are turning into a 5-star restaurant with the new reservation program. The new reservation program. I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to have a bunch of people like at the gate. Like you want to I guess turn away the least amount of people at the gate. So it makes sense what they're doing. At least to me, it actually, now that I think about it, it seems pretty smart. When was the last time Six Flags St. Louis got a coaster? I believe 2013, and they got Boomerang, which was relocated. Olympia Looping. Oh, actually, you know what? I guess I totally forgot about Olympia Looping because it's not a permanent coaster per se. But yeah, I think Olympia Looping actually looks the best now that you bring it up. I think Chimera would have been better, but it's closed now, so it's like just kind of like sad. Your favorite is Shockwave, and I think it's probably the best, but that's because I like a good balance between airtime and intensity. I think Chimera had Chimera was ridiculously intense from what I heard. I think there may have been a pop of airtime or two or something. So Shockwave definitely seems like a more balanced ride. It looks pretty awesome in its own way. Will Sand Serpent move from Busch Gardens Tampa to Busch Gardens Williamsburg? And that wouldn't even make sense because Sand Serpent literally already came from Busch Gardens Williamsburg. If you watch my Defunct Coasters of Florida video, it was called Wild Mouse at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and then they moved it to Busch Gardens Tampa and renamed it Sand Serpent. So they're not gonna take it back. And yeah, I think it's Chimera closed in 20. Of course, yeah, I already know that. I was saying it was the best Schwarzkopf before it closed. Obviously, it's not ever going to reopen. Very unfortunate situation there, but I would have said that from a layout standpoint, it looked like the best one. Well, American Thunder is the last original layout at Six Flags St. Louis, and it opened in 2007 or 2008. Actually, it's a clone. There's like another GCI coaster with the same layout, so it's not even original. That's kind of unfortunate. Scorpion will not leave until it absolutely has to be removed. They literally just repainted it this January. Yeah, I did see that. I think it'll have a... I think Sand Serpent's going to be gone first before Scorpion because, I mean, Scorpion, at least there's something to it. I think Sand Serpent's just kind of useless. Best Giga. Well, I've only ridden Millennium Force, but the best one, to me, it definitely looks like Intimidator 305. Okay, so I guess I'll continue with the trivia questions. I already did the first 8 earlier. I have 20 in total, and I'm going to start with the next 4 right now. So our next question is, what is the name of the tallest roller coaster ever built by Vekoma? I'll say that again. What is the name of the tallest roller coaster ever built by Vekoma? And then I guess while you guys, I'll repeat that again anyways. What is the name of the tallest roller coaster ever built by Vekoma? And Coaster Lover got it. It's Big Air, and it's not in China. It's actually Big Air at EDA theme park in Taiwan, which stands at 209 feet tall. So that's pretty crazy. It's actually a shuttle coaster of sorts. It's a 200-foot tall, like basically spinning coaster that now no longer spins. They like, if I'm correct, they like you got to like the lift. It works kind of like a boomerang, or not a boomerang, like a half pipe, but without a launch basically. And it had spinning cars, which no longer spins, which is very, very strange. There's not that many videos of it, but if you can find, there are a few out there. So if you want to see it, Big Air in Taiwan. It's a very weird looking ride, I'll say that. All right, so the next question is, oh man, this might be the hardest one I put on here. What is the name of the oldest operating roller coaster in Germany? I'll say that again. What is the name of the oldest operating roller coaster in Germany? So I'll kind of read through your comments, I guess, as you guys. No, not Bakken. That's a park, I think, and it's not even in Germany. So definitely not that. Yeah, this might be the hardest one. It is not a Schwarzkopf. Yes, it's Tehran. Yes, obviously. Definitely. No, they do not have a friction wooden coaster. You guys are thinking of Denmark. No, no, no. This is Germany. So no, it's not one of the. It's a steel coaster, and it's actually a lot more recently built than you would expect. It is not nearly as old as those side friction wooden coasters. This is going to take us forever. I kind of was like, when I was thinking up of some questions, and I was like kind of like thinking about this one, like taking it out and replacing it, because I know it's ridiculously difficult. I figured maybe if someone like, if we got someone from Germany, they would know. Rotobahn, no, not quite. I think, no, it's not that. It is not that. I'm going to type the name in because I myself actually am not entirely sure how you exactly say it, but I'm just going to give the answer, and I'll explain kind of like the story. Does the ride have Bahn in its name? No, it does not. I'll just give you guys the answer here. Hold on. So this ride is I just wrote out the answer in the chat. This ride is basically a Zier Tivoli coaster. It was built in 1977 at Hansa Park, actually, which which is kind of crazy. But what happened with it was it actually got relocated to Vard Summerland in Denmark, and then was once again relocated to Germany at Magic Park Verden, and still operates to this day. Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy. And the name, it used to be called, basically the name translates to sea serpent, and now the name translates to, I need to look at it, I had it written down, the steel serpent. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, it got relocated. It hasn't, like, I guess, continuously operated in Germany, because it it opened in Germany, then relocated to Denmark, then went back to Germany. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, very interesting. I saw that, and I'm like, I gotta include it because it's just such an interesting ride. But even though it's just like a Zier Tivoli coaster, nothing that crazy. The next question is, who manufactured the now? Oh wait, actually, sorry. I'll say that. I went way too quick there, but all right, so I'm going to say the next question now, which is, what company manufactured the now defunct water ride, roller coaster hybrid, roller soaker at Hershey Park? I'll say that again. What company manufactured the now defunct water ride, roller coaster hybrid, known as roller soaker at Hershey Park? This is also a pretty hard one. But I think someone may have done a video on this manufacturer, if I'm correct. So, and I'm pretty sure it's been videos on roller soaker. It is not Kypro. Set Point. Yep, that's correct. Check and got it. Set Point, Maverick 114E also got it. But yeah, it's Set Point, and they actually built 3 roller coasters. They still exist, which is pretty crazy. They help out with some, what is it? Like, they helped out with like some Universal rides and Disney rides, but the 3 roller coasters they manufactured was Roller Soaker at Hershey Park. They also manufactured Flying Super Saturator at Carowinds. And then they also made Canopy Flyer at Universal Studios Singapore in 2010. So they still do have one operating coaster left. Oh yeah, and they helped out with Pteranodon Flyers at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. I think that was kind of a combination between Kypro and Set Point. So the Kypro guess was actually pretty close, so I can definitely understand why you would think it was them. Because they could have helped out with it for sure. I bet they did. And so, with that out of the way, our next question is, excluding water parks, how many Disney parks are there around the world? I'll say that again. Excluding water parks, how many Disney parks are there around the world? It's not 8, it's not 5, it's definitely not 5. There's more than 5 in the US alone. It's not 6, it's not 7, it's not 9, it's not 11, it's not 9. No, it's not 9, it's not 8, it's not 11. Man, I said excluding water parks and in the entire world. 12, that's correct. Maverick 114E, got it. 12 Disney parks in the entire world, excluding water parks, and I'll name them out. Well, actually, you already know the 4 in Florida, the 2 in California, Disneyland, Disney's California Adventure. And, of course, you have Disneyland Paris, and then Walt Disney Studios in Paris, and then you have Tokyo Disney Sea, Tokyo Disneyland, and then Shanghai Disneyland, and then Hong Kong Disneyland. So, yeah. You were thinking areas, not the individual parks. No, I tried to make that clear, but so yeah, basically 12 different Disney parks around the world if you exclude water parks. How many Six Flags parks are there? I didn't have that as a question. I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't. I actually don't know that off the top of my head. I thought about including that in there though, but I knew the Disney parks like off the top of my head. It was like, okay, there we go. 15. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed honestly. So I'll do the next 4 questions later. Well, we still have 8 more, but that's just what I'm gonna do. So I don't even think I went through all the news things earlier because of the trivia. Oh yeah, this is kind of like something that went like kind of under the radar, but what is it? An SNS drop tower at Dixieland, which is in Louisiana. They had an SNS space shot. It just got sold, and so it's gonna be. I don't know which park bought it. They don't know yet, but some park I guess bought an SNS drop tower. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes, but we don't know which one it is. And I myself have ridden like a SNS double shot, which is like just a slightly better version of a space shot. And those rides give like really good airtime because it shoots you straight to the top. So it'll be cool to see which park gets it. I'm like actually genuinely interested. Hopefully one of your guys' like local parks get it. That'd be pretty awesome. Favorite coaster parody? I don't know. Honestly, I haven't I can't. I don't know that I have a favorite. They're all pretty good usually for the most part. Couldn't give you a favorite. The Harley Quinn one was pretty good. That's the one I remember like right now off the top of my head. But they're all pretty good. So he hasn't done like too many of them recently though. So kind of interesting. Wicked Twister at King's Dominion would be great because it will pay tribute to Volcano the Blast Coaster. Oh, like moving it there? No, that'd be a horrible idea. Like, I understand like the thinking like, oh, it's like a, I guess, inverted coaster, but no, that would be terrible. I think a lot of people would be like really mad if they got that. Also low capacity, so absolutely not. That's sorry, but that's not a very good idea. Will other SeaWorld entertainment parks get RMC coasters? Maybe. I could definitely see some getting like a single rail. I don't think any other ones will get a conversion. I don't think there's really much that they can get. 808 Coaster Life, you gotta go. A great stream. Thank you for coming. Yeah, see you later. But yeah, thank you for coming on here. Great to have you on here. When will RMC Predator come along? I don't know. They haven't obviously officially said anything. I don't know if it'll actually happen. I hope it does because I've heard that ride's pretty bad for most people. So hopefully sooner rather than later. Maybe 2022, 2023, something like that. I would not bank on 2021 at all. I don't think Wicked Twister is moving. I don't know. Like being at Cedar Point, it like really showed me how out of place Wicked Twister feels. It's like in like the weirdest spot of the park. It just feels totally out of place. And there was like no line for it when I went there, and it was like a decently busy Sunday, and there was like a walk on. Unless you rode in like the front row where you had to wait like at maybe like 2-3 cycles, something like that. But no, I think they are going to have to move it. There are some other parks that would benefit a lot from that ride, I think. And it just, like I said, it feels weird. Like, it almost feels more like part of the beach. It's like really weird, but when you're at Cedar Point, you might understand what I mean. I don't know, the location's just bizarre. I don't know. It feels like tugging a corner. It's just, I don't know about it. It's really weird. Will Kings Dominion get a B&M invert? No, because Busch Gardens Williamsburg has one, so that is definitely not happening. What are some of your favorite non-coaster channels if you watch any? I don't really watch too many other ones, so I don't really have an answer for that. So yeah, that's I don't really have like an answer for that. Busch Gardens Williamsburg could get a ground-up hyper hybrid coaster to compete with Iron Gwazi because it would be a lot better than Twisted Timbers. No, I don't think they're doing that. If anything, I think Busch Gardens Williamsburg might get a single rail. I could definitely see that when they get their larger ones going, like the ones with the more capacity. Where do I think the first T-Rex will go? I was thinking it would go to either Cedar Point or Energylandia. Seems to make a lot of sense. But I feel like they actually, now thinking about it, might wait. Because a T-Rex, like, some people think it has to be over 300 feet or something. I don't think so. It could probably be around, like, that 200 feet mark and probably still be a T-Rex. So, I don't know who's going to get the first one. I think it'll be relatively inexpensive for like a coaster of its like size. So maybe even Six Flags, the Six Flags park could get one. They probably wouldn't get like a Giga, but maybe like a 200-foot one, maybe something like that if they decide they can build those. I don't know who's gonna get the first one. It's pretty hard to say, but I actually don't think it's gonna be Cedar Point. Actually, I could still see it being Energylandia. It seems like something they could do, or they would do, because they have like just. They seem to be spending a lot of money on coasters, so definitely could be Energylandia. Wicked Twister is super out of place, but it looks good at the boardwalk. I guess? I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Wicked Twister, I don't know. Cedar Point 500-foot 2022. That is definitely not happening. that was the whole 500-foot thing is a joke. There's no way they're doing that in the next few years. Possessed at Dorney Park is not there when they release their 2021 plans. Rumors that it... Well, oh, so you're saying like... Yeah, so the rumor was that Possessed was probably going to either get scrapped or get relocated because of the new shuttle coaster. I think that'll happen in 2022. It would suck if they actually like move... like completely scrapped it. But if it went to another park, I mean, I guess, but some people are still going to be really sad about that. What parks need to update their entrance? Magic Mountain for sure. I mean, their entrance area is not very good right now. It's like, it literally still looks like it's stuck like before the 2000s. It's just very odd. It looks pretty ugly, to be quite honest. Definitely could use a facelift. Other places, I've heard like Kings Island could use one, Kings Dominion. That's what I've heard, so probably those parks would also be great as well. Other parks, I mean, I think that most of the other ones I've been to are just fine. So, and Hershey Park, I like their old entrance, but for like getting crowds through, it was pretty bad. But so it's kind of a good thing that they're getting a new entrance area. But their old one, it was like really nice looking. It just didn't exactly serve its purpose the best. Best looking coaster in Texas? I don't know. It's hard. Like, I used to think it was Iron Rattler for sure, but it might honestly be Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster. I've already ridden Railblazer and I like that coaster a lot, so it could be that. Or it might even be Boardwalk Bullet at Kima. I mean, honestly, that ride, it looks insane. I think it's definitely one of those three. Maybe New Texas Giant, but I highly doubt it. Probably one of those three that I mentioned. I really like Ghost Riders, so I probably really like Boardwalk Bullet. Firebird at Six Flags America looks awful. Like the color scheme, I guess. I haven't looked into it too much. Especially if the whole COVID stuff going on in RMC T-Rex is the last thing parks are thinking about now. They're worried about staying alive, not a record breaker, but yeah, I could see that. Like the T-Rex, I think it doesn't need to be like 300 plus feet, but I understand what you mean. Like I know for the next few years, like I mean parks are still gonna get like what they already paid for or what they already planned, but T-Rex is like a long ways away from now because when I gave my like prediction where the first one would be going, I said like in 2025, and honestly I think that might even be too soon. So yeah, definitely it will be a while before we see one of those. If Possessed leaves Dorney Park, they won't have a launch coaster at the park, which would be sad. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is a purpose to it, so it would be sad if it were to go. A lot of people seem to like it, so hopefully they're, maybe at worst, like they could relocate it to like some other part of the park if that's doable. I don't know if it is. That's like just an idea I thought of. Or, I mean, hopefully it won't get scrapped, whatever happens, because I know a lot of people really like Possessed. At worst, hopefully it either gets relocated to another park or maybe to another section of the park. I don't know how doable that is, but that would definitely be like the best case scenario, I guess. Or like, well, the worst case scenario. Like, well, I don't know actually, because you still want to get the wooden shuttle coaster, so I don't know. Theme Park Media. What about him? Oh, it's oh no. Okay, let's see. Did Twisted Timbers replace their hyper coaster plan? Someone made a video on it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Theme Park Media did make a video on it. I still haven't seen it yet, actually. Definitely need to check that out. Did Firehawk look underrated to you? Because I've heard that it was the #1 at Kings Island. It looked like a pretty fun ride. Definitely pretty intense looking. I would have loved to ride it, but obviously that didn't happen because I never went to Kings Island, and now Firehawk is no more, so it's kind of sad. Loch Ness Monster is so historic and picturesque because of the two interlocking loops over the Rhine River. It does look really nice, and definitely it's a ride I want to go out and ride. It looks like just really awesome. The interlocking loops, that just looks like such a cool thing. So Loch Ness Monster definitely looks pretty fun. You think IRAT is the best coaster in Texas, super underrated. Quarry Wall section isn't that slow, and it has insane airtime. Yeah, I've heard different people say different things about the Quarry Wall section. From all the POVs, it looks super slow, but I think those were probably just like it not running at its best. So I could definitely see it being like a lot better than I would think, or like than other people think it is. Can you imagine if Six Flags America closed and moved to Virginia? But it won't happen. No, that will never happen. There's no reason for that. I mean, it's relatively close to DC, so it's in a pretty good area, I would think. What do you think about Cannibal? Never ridden it, but it looks like a really awesome ride. Has some fantastic hang time, and that first drop looks absolutely insane. So Cannibal, definitely a ride I'm looking forward to riding. Best Intamin? I'll say that's hard. I mean, I think the Wallaby Belgium Hyper will probably be the best when it opens, but I guess for now I'll say that El Toro looks the best. Yeah, we'll go with that. Apollo's Chariot has a beautiful color scheme. I had to make sure the mic was still attached. I thought it fell off because I have a mic attached to my shirt. Apollo's Chariot has a beautiful color scheme. Busch Gardens Williamsburg has some coasters with amazing color schemes. Yeah, their coasters, they look pretty nice, I won't lie. And the whole park looks amazing, so definitely like a place I really want to go to. Pantheon has a cool color scheme with the gold, trek, and silver. Yeah, I love the Pantheon color scheme. It looks really awesome. Is Skyrush overhyped? I wouldn't say so. I think, well, actually, no, I wouldn't. I think it was appropriately kind of like, I guess, placed among like rankings. I see it more like in the 5 to 10 in terms of like how the best coasters in the world, and that seems about right. It's a really insane ride. How rough is X2? Depends on where you sit. Inside seat is always the way to go for me, and I like the back row, like the last row to go over the first drop. Yeah, on an inner seat, that's pretty awesome. That's like where I like to ride it. It's pretty smooth, but you still get a really intense ride. The outside seats, it definitely is quite a bit rougher, but it's not horrible. It's not like the worst thing ever. For some people, though, I can understand if you don't like that sort of ride experience. Skyrush or Flying Aces? Skyrush looks better Skyrush, I've ridden it, and Flying Aces doesn't look nearly as good, so I'll say Skyrush for sure. Pantheon or Maverick? Honestly, I think Pantheon looks better. Will Pantheon be better than Tehran, Soaring with Dragon, Maverick, and Taiga? I don't know about Taiga. Taiga looks really good, but the other ones probably definitely. But it definitely has the potential to be. Best RMC other than Steel Vengeance? Well, of the ones I've ridden, Medusa Steel. But outside of that, I would have to say probably Lightning Rod. Iron Gwazi and Zadra are definitely like kind of up there as well. Pantheon or that new Park Asterix launch coaster. Probably the Park Asterix launch coaster, but both of them look really awesome. All right, I'm gonna go to the next 4 questions that we have for trivia, if that's all fine with you guys. So, yeah, we're gonna do the next few questions for trivia, and my next question I have is, what is the tallest roller coaster at any Universal Studios park? I'll say that again. What is the tallest roller coaster at any Universal Studios park? So, any of the parks owned by Universal Studios, what's the tallest coaster? Hulk. It is not Hulk. Nope, not Hulk. It's shorter than you would expect, so no, it's not Hulk. I'll say that again. What is the tallest coaster at any Universal Studios park? It is not Battlestar Galactica. It is not Hollywood Dream. Coaster Lover got it. It is Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. That is correct. Hollywood Dream's like actually under 150 feet, and so it's actually not. So Rip Ride Rocket, yep. It is Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. It is Flying Dino is pretty close, but it's not quite there. And Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket is 167 feet tall, making it the tallest coaster in any of the Universal Studios parks. So that's pretty cool. Flying Dinosaur is pretty high up there. Battlestar Galactica, man, some of these names. It's pretty high up there. It's like 140 feet around there. It's like under 150, but it's 140. Yeah, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Like I've looked at pictures, I'm like, that doesn't look like it's almost 170 feet tall. Kitty Hawk is trash. I've heard it's not that good. All right, so the next question is, which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest roller? Sorry, I'll start that all over again. Which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest roller coaster with an inversion? I'll repeat that again. Which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest coaster in the world with an inversion? I don't know if Velocicoaster will be taller than Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. I'll repeat that question again because it's a little long. But which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest coaster that features an inversion? It is not Flash. Good guess, but no, it is not Flash. You guys are probably going to be surprised with this answer too. It's not Flash. I said longest, not tallest. It is not Banshee. It is Incredicoaster. Maverick114E got it right. It is Incredicoaster at Disney's California Adventure, and it is 6,072 feet long, making it actually the second longest coaster I've ridden, just behind Millennium Force. And it actually, like hearing that, it is a pretty long ride, but like it's not. It doesn't feel like it's one of the like 10 longest coasters in the entire world. So it's pretty crazy. I think the second longest coaster with an inversion, if I'm correct, that's still operating, by the way, because I think Son of Beast would have been number one, but it's no longer there. I believe number two is Steel Vengeance, so that's pretty impressive. All right, so for the next question I have, it's pretty similar. It is, the next question is, which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest coaster with a launch? I'll say that again. Which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest coaster to feature a launch? Did you guys get that? I guess I'll say that again because it's a pretty long question. Which roller coaster currently holds the record for being the longest roller coaster to feature a launch? Definitely Dragster. No, not quite. Formula Rosa. That is correct. Yep. It's actually crazy because you think of like launch coasters being relatively short rides, and then you have the world's fastest coaster period, and obviously world's fastest launch coaster. And it is, I believe, the 7th longest coaster in the entire world, which is pretty nuts. And it is 6,571 feet long, which is insane. So that's pretty incredible. Definitely, it looks like it has a lot of things that go on after the first launch, which is pretty cool. I've heard the airtime's pretty great. Will Ring Racer be the longest if it was still operating? I don't think so. I really do not think so. No, not even close. It's not even close. Nope. Oh yeah, checking, you were right. It was Formula Rosa, but oh yeah, you said it first. Yep. Yeah, you were right. I forgot to mention your name, but yep, you got it first. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do the last 4 questions just because we're about to hit the like hour-and-a-half mark. So I'm probably gonna have this stream going for like 20 more minutes and like just kind of end it. So I'll do the next 4 questions. So for my next question, I have, oh wait, I still hadn't even done the last one. So, all right, so the last 5 questions I'll do right now. Hi, Matthew. We're doing trivia right now. I'm doing the last 5 questions of the trivia right here, right now. And this stream's gonna go on for like 20 more minutes, or maybe a little more, but we'll see. So our next question is, true or false? China has more operating coasters than all of North America combined. I'll say that again. True or false? China has more operating coasters than all of North America combined. All right, so 4 of you got it right. True. Yeah, checking got it right. I got it first. Coaster Lover. Yeah, you guys all got it right. It's true, and China actually has, even if you exclude like mountain coasters and powered coasters, China still has 1,085 operating roller coasters, and actually probably even more than that because there's probably several that we don't even have accounted for, compared to North America, which just has 826 operating roller coasters, which is just insane. Yeah, pretty crazy. It's like unreal. So for our next question, staying in China actually, what is the tallest roller coaster in all of China? I'll say that again. What is the tallest roller coaster in all of China? Pretty sure this one should be pretty quick, pretty easy. It's not Flash. Coaster Through the Clouds. Yes, that is correct. Coaster Lover 2001 got it. It is not Flash. Although, actually, I do wonder how tall Flash is. Yeah, it's barely over 200 feet, so no, it's not really even close. Basically, Coaster Through the Clouds, it's pretty interesting, actually. So it is 242 feet tall, and it actually has a 255-foot drop, and it also is the fastest coaster in China as it travels at a top speed of 84 miles per hour. But what's really interesting about it is it is actually the 2nd longest roller coaster in China. And the craziest part is the one that's longer than it is literally in the same park. Python and Bamboo Forest is literally 6 feet longer than Coaster Through the Clouds. And I'm just kind of confused as to why they made it longer, because China could have had like I feel like they could have advertised Coaster Through the Clouds as like the ultimate coaster, the tallest, the longest, the fastest coaster in all of China. And then they're like, oh, you know what, Python and Bamboo Forest, we're just gonna give it the length record in China, which I don't know. That seems I don't know, why would they do that? And the coasters literally open the same day. Like, I'm just kind of confused. And if you don't know what park it's at I think Nanjing Wanda City is, I believe, what it is called. Or sorry, just or I guess now I guess they changed the name. Now it's Nanjing Sunik Land. So that's crazy. Python and Bamboo Forest looks incredible, but why in the world will they make it longer than Coaster Through the Clouds? Like, that's just, I don't understand that. That didn't make any sense to me. You could have had the ultimate coaster in Coaster Through the Clouds, and you're like, nope, we got to give it to Python and Bamboo Forest. Like, just, I don't know. Yeah, Python definitely looks like really good. Although I think the best wooden coaster in China, at least in my opinion, the one that looks the best to me, it's not Wood Coaster, it's not Python, it's actually Jungle Dragon. I don't remember which park it is, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. I imagine it probably wasn't intentional. It probably wasn't. They probably just were like looking at the land and they're like, oh, shoot, we made it longer. So, yeah, pretty crazy. So, alrighty. The next question is, which country has more operating coasters, the UK or Japan? I'll say that again. Which country has more operating coasters, the United Kingdom or UK or Japan? All right, yep. Coaster Craziness, Coaster Lover 2001. Okay, a lot of people are getting it. Yep, Japan has more. Japan has over 170 operating coasters. That's even if you exclude powered and mountain coasters. And whereas the UK just barely has under 170. They're like really close if you look at it. But Japan just has a few more than the UK, which is pretty crazy. Japan, because the UK isn't a country. It is a country. It is. Um, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't understand. Yeah, UK is a country. Now for the last two questions, I have which park in South Korea has the most roller coasters? I'll say that again. Which park in South Korea has the most roller coasters? No, the UK is a country. I just made sure. Like, I was like 99% sure. I'm just like, okay, maybe it isn't. No, yeah, the UK is a country. I literally just looked it up. No, it is not Everland. And it's not Fuji-Q Highland because that's not even in South Korea. It is not Everland. Guys, it's not Everland. One of the largest collections, but it's not the largest. Um, so, shoot, are we lagging? Tell me if we're lagging. But no, it is not Everland. No one's got it right yet. So it's probably a park that not a lot of you have heard of. But yeah, it is not Everland. Soulland, that is correct. And this park, if you count the powered coaster, they have 5 coasters. But if you don't, they have 4, which still gives it the most in South Korea. Because the other ones that have 4 also have 1 powered coaster, so they only have 3 if you exclude them. But any which way, whenever you count it, Seoul has the most roller coasters in South Korea, which is pretty crazy. Because I always would have figured it would have been Everland, and I guess they would if they would have been tied if they still had Eagles Fortress, but unfortunately they don't. As for the coasters at the park, actually I do want to. I am curious. I didn't look into it too much. I think they do have. They have some sort of a looping coaster, but it doesn't say what the manufacturer is. Very bizarre. Double corkscrew. They also have a double loop coaster from Senyo. I don't know how to say that. I I guess they don't know. They do not have the dive coaster, but that's a different park. Rip South Korea if the most coasters at a park is 5. I mean, yeah, I guess, but it isn't that large of a country, so kind of makes sense. Although Japan isn't very large at all, but they have so many. And the UK, like, well, I guess if you combine everything, they have there's a lot of land, but at least they got T Express, and yeah, they have some good coasters there. It's not like they have absolutely nothing. So I mean, it's not that bad. And then the last question I have is, what was the name of the first B&M coaster to ever go to a? Oh wait, we're lagging. Hold on. I'll repeat that. What was the name of the first B&M coaster to ever go to a Cedar Fair park? What was the name of the first B&M coaster to ever go to a Cedar Fair park? Are you guys still lagging? It is not Vortex, it's Raptor. Okay, so let me explain this one. A lot of you guys might be confused because Vortex was technically built first, but here's why it's not the first coaster or first B&M coaster. Alrighty, are we good now? Hopefully we are. Okay, good, great. Sorry, but to explain like why Raptor is the first B&M coaster to go to a Cedar Fair park. Basically, Vortex, the two Vortexes that were built before Raptor were, I mean, they were built when, well, Paramount wins and someone else owned California's Great America. Yeah, so that's what happened. They actually were not built when Cedar Fair owned the park, so that is why Raptor is technically the first coaster, B&M coaster that Cedar Fair got. I see that we're lagging, so I may actually end the stream like pretty quickly because that's the last question we have. Yeah, it's starting to lag again. I think it's because like the microwave, my family members are using the microwave, and that's probably like screwing up with the signal. I'm probably gonna end the live pretty soon, but if you guys have any last questions, then I'll use this next like 5 minutes to answer them. So if you guys have any last questions, we can do that, and then I'll probably end the stream because we already are at just a bit over an hour and a half, and we're starting to lag a bit here. So any last questions? Best coaster in Virginia, Pantheon or I-305 or Twisted Timbers? I think I-305 looks like the best. Tips for growing a coaster channel. Okay, so for a coaster channel, I would say that definitely something you have to do or should do is like, well, if you already have done this, like try to find other smaller channels and connect with them, watch their videos, and that's like something that's good. Something you should do because that's like kind of what I did. I like found other smaller coaster YouTubers and like watched their videos, commented on them, and they went to watch my stuff. Like I didn't do sub for sub. Don't do that at all. Like that's like a terrible idea. Like kind of communicate with other coaster enthusiasts, smaller coaster YouTube channels. That's something. Also, your thumbnails, like actually do a little more than just implement, like actually add like a caption or words to it. That's like pretty good. Yeah, so I'm back here. Yeah, it's starting to lag. I'm just gonna say a few last things before this ends, because obviously the lag's really bad. Probably because, like I said, people are using the microwave. So I hope those tips help for the coaster channel question. The thumbnails, like I said, try to do captions for those. And for the next live stream, I wanted some point next week. I don't know if it'll be Thursday, Friday, or sooner. And also, if you haven't followed my Instagram account, I'd suggest doing that because I might be doing some Instagram lives in the near future. Live streams there. Just want to test that out a little bit. Haven't done that yet. So definitely check that out if you haven't. But I think I'm going to end the stream here just because there's a lot of lag and it's been a while. So like we went for a pretty good while. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all guys next time here on Coaster Hour.